How difficult is it to transition from an employee to an entrepreneur? I've helped thousands of people successfully go from employee to entrepreneur over the past 21 years. And I've seen most of the challenges in real time. You, of course, have to research your audience, come up with irresistible offers, attract customers, provide customer service, manage employees or outsource to team members, and you have to manage your own personal time while doing all that. There's a lot to do, but there's systems to help you with every one of these steps. The biggest challenge you're going to face won't be the competition. The real enemy is yourself. More specifically, the space between your ears. It takes a few, often subtle, mindset shifts to go from an employee to an entrepreneur. Don't underestimate just how important these elements are. It's easy for ingrained thinking patterns to sabotage you and hold you back. You hear about how someone else built their business, and you try to follow the same system, but you don't get anywhere near the same results. That's because you don't see everything going on behind the scenes. You don't make the changes necessary to fit your market and your own personal skill set and your advantages. You have to get your head right before you can get your business right. The first mindset shift to go from an employee to an entrepreneur is to take full responsibility for your own financial security. No one owes you anything, and life isn't fair, and business most definitely isn't fair. Winners have advantages. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have more money or more connections or anything that you might want to try to use to disqualify yourself. I've seen the most unlikely people build million-dollar businesses online. I have a client right now who grew up dirt poor. His father left when he was young. His mother regularly told him how much she hated him. Poverty became his mindset, but he eventually broke its hold on him. He has a very successful online business today. Now, my own personal story isn't nearly that bad, but I was broke, in debt, and a college dropout when I came online. I had failed at direct sales, direct mail, network marketing, and anything else that was involved with business that I tried. When I came online, I finally said, this is something that I can do. And I found my own advantages. One thing that I was decently good at was writing. I didn't have any formal education in writing, and I definitely wasn't what you'd consider great. But it's something that I was okay at, and I practiced that skill. I went through dozens of copywriting courses. I wrote some pretty awful ads getting started, but I kept writing and practicing. And I worked my butt off online. I tried everything that didn't work until I found out what did work for me. I took responsibility for my own financial security, and I did whatever it took to make it happen. Here's the mistake that I see a lot of beginners make. They waste time and energy looking for a pre-packaged business opportunity. But no one is going to hand you success on a silver platter. Yes, you can buy systems and courses. Back when I started, there weren't very many internet marketing courses, but there were copywriting courses, and I devoured them. But the good ones, the ones that really helped me, were the ones that taught me the basics of a system and then told me how to experiment and find my own way. They gave me a foundation which I was able to build on. And that's what you should be looking for as well. Find good courses or a mentor who can give you a foundation. They can help you get started, and they can pinpoint mistakes along the way. But they're not going to do the work for you. Life isn't fair. No one cares as much about your business as you do, and you're going to have to experiment a little until you get it right. And that brings us to the second mindset shift that we have to make. The market is always right. The market is always right. I've been wrong hundreds of times. I've sent emails that didn't make any sales. I've run ads that lost money. I've created products that no one wanted to buy. I've learned both from my successes and from my failures. I figured out what worked online by trying everything that didn't work first. Some people need surety before they take action, and that doesn't mix with being an entrepreneur. You have no guarantee you're going to get paid for the next 8 hours of work, or even the next 40 hours, or even the next 200 hours. You have to have faith in yourself and your mission. You have to have courage. There's always going to be risks. You can keep those risks small. For example, don't spend $1,000 a day on your first Facebook ad. Start with a budget of $5 to $10 a day. Ramp it up once you start seeing results. Don't spend the next 6 months creating a product. Instead, write some blog posts or produce a few YouTube videos and see if you can generate traffic for those. Get people on your list and ask them what they want to buy. Watch what they respond to and what they click on. Build your business, your products, and your services based off of what people are already buying in your market. When I say something like this, you might think of Steve Jobs and how he never used focus groups. He didn't like focus groups. He didn't want to ask people what that they wanted to buy. Instead, he wanted to innovate and figure out where people were going next. Well, he also talked about how he built on other people's ideas. For example, Apple didn't invent the MP3 player. What Apple did was take a music system people were already selling and they paired it with an online delivery service and they made it easier to use. So iTunes combined with the iPod. Every innovation that Apple has created has been a natural step from what came before it, one step at a time. Who knows how many mistakes were made behind the scenes as they put together each of their products, testing each aspect until it was ready for the public. And even after it's released, there's always a version 2.0, 3.0, and on down the line. Every piece of software works off that principle of progression and building on what's already working. I've had clients who had a major success on their very first try. Many times, that success turned out to be a curse for them. They expected every future project to work out just as well. If they ran into a couple of ads that didn't work, they wanted to give up. They kept repeating how easy it was the first time they did something. Anytime it wasn't easy, they felt like they must be on the wrong path. Instead of digging in, doing small tests, and finding out what worked in this situation, they wanted to go all in, and if it didn't work immediately, they'd scrap the project completely. They didn't have stick-to-itiveness. That's a recipe for frustration as an entrepreneur. And now, let's move into mindset shift number 3. It's all about leveraging your assets to create a value for a hungry buying audience. One of the biggest mistakes that new entrepreneurs make is falling in love with their product or their service. You've likely fell into this mistake if you've ever been tempted to say, everybody needs this. The reason is you can't sell to everyone online. Instead, you need to identify an easy-to-reach audience which is already buying products and services similar to what you're going to offer. Find out as much as you can about this audience. What are their problems? What are they currently already buying? What is lacking about the current solutions? Amazon can be a great source of research into the audience. You can see the best sellers in any category. You can go through the reviews to see what they like about the product and what they feel is missing. Compare several of the best sellers and you quickly get an idea of what people are willing to pay for. Then, after you do Amazon, jump over to Amazon Audience Insights. I have a video on my channel that takes you step by step through how to use Audience Insights to better understand your market. It's amazing what Facebook knows about the users and what they're willing to share with us as marketers. Review the top competitors who are paying for ads on Google and Bing. What are they selling and where are they lacking based on what you now know about the audience from Amazon and from Facebook? Find a way to deliver better value to your audience. This often means mixing and matching several concepts together. Great entrepreneurs are also great observers. They listen to the market, they listen to the competition, and they're continually looking for new ways to use ideas. And they often innovate by taking one great idea and finding a quicker, easier, or more effective way for their customers to get results from it. For example, I have a client who owns a fine dining restaurant. We add an additional 6-figure plus net profit stream to his restaurant by serving pre-done paleo meal plans for weight loss. It leverages the space he already has, the kitchen supplies he already has, and staff that he already has for additional income. The weight loss market is super competitive, but he saves his customers time by doing all the cooking and meal planning for them. He made the weight loss process much easier, and it's a raging success for him. Entrepreneurs keep their eyes open for how they can leverage their current assets and deliver more value to their customers. What do you have? What do customers want? How can you best connect the two for more value? It's impossible for me to cover all the little mindset shifts you'll need to make as you transition from an employee to an entrepreneur, but those 3 can help you get started. Take full responsibility for your own financial security. The market is always right. Leverage your assets to create more value for a hungry buying audience. Subscribe to my channel now if you'd like more tips like this on how to grow your business fast. Click the little click here button if you'd like a copy of my free email conversion kit designed to help you grow your list, create fun, entertaining emails that sell without selling. Or check out this additional video designed to help you get more done in less time.